Welcome back to Authentically Her After 40. My name is Natalie. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified the next time I upload a new video. And today we're talking accountability. We cannot get to authenticity without talking about accountability. See, we grow up in a world where a lot of times it's comfortable to play the victim, right? Like somebody did this to me and somebody did that to me. But how about taking accountability for the things that we've done in our lives that have gotten us to where we were? Let's say you were in a relationship and that relationship didn't work out. Well, you picked that person, right? So you picked that person, it didn't work out, and now they're a deadbeat. Now they're you have all kinds of names for that person, but where's the accountability in the part that you played when you picked that person? So I feel like we can't, especially like in relationships, and this is just a for example, and we're going to listen to this lady, this wonderful lady here, because she has some great advice and about accountability that I think we all need to hear, because you don't get to where you are without the decisions that you've made. And every decision has a consequence, right? And yes, there can be some things that happen in our lives that we didn't initiate, that someone else did do to us. But at the same time, if you take a quick look back, you'll see that maybe, other than being a child, like you put yourself in positions where you gave people access to you. So let's take a listen to what she has to say. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about this, because as you step into your authenticity, as you become more authentic, accountability is a very, very, very big part of this, because you can't get there without being accountable, because you have to change your mindset. You have to make decisions that are going to go in your favor. And if you don't take accountability, how are you going to learn? All right, let's listen to what she has to say. I'm going to link her in the description box. This is Rider Lady from TikTok. Let's go.
Some of the biggest things that you're struggling with are a direct result of a choice or decision that you made. I know, right? When I was growing up, I had one of those no-nonsense fathers, and whenever I would come to him about a problem or something I was struggling with, he would always lead with, life is about choices and consequences. And at the time, I thought it was grossly unfair, because I really wanted him to see my side and feel me and empathize. As I grew older,
That's the side of us that wants to be the victim, right? Like it's like, it's not fair. Like, why did that happen? Why did that person do that? Why isn't the person acting the way that we want them to? Because they were never going to act the way that you wanted them to. If you had used discernment and looked at the situation for what it is and not for what you wanted it to be, maybe you would have made a different decision. Let's go.
Realize that he is absolutely right. The paths that we take in our lives are a direct result of the choices that we make, and the consequences of those actions, whether they're good consequences or bad consequences, are a result of things that we decided that we were going to do. Now, I know better than anybody else that life can be unfair, and there are a lot of things that we have absolutely no control over. However, there are a lot of things that we do have control over.
And that's the thing. You start off maybe in life, maybe, a lot of us have had childhoods that were not fair, and we didn't have control over that. And then we go on to make more decisions that create more unfair situations in our life. And then we blame our parents, that person, whatever it is, whatever that situation is. I know some of these situations can be horrible, so I'm not downplaying that. But what I'm saying is that then we go on to perpetuate the behavior and create some type of generational cycle of just being the victim instead of just stepping into our power. You can't step into your power without accountability.
What I would challenge you to do is to just take an inventory, do an audit of the top 3 things that you're struggling with right now. Not talking about health or things like that, but the top 3 things that you're struggling with. Do an audit and trace back to how you got there. Life doesn't just happen to us. We make things happen. And what is happening to us in our lives are a direct result of the decisions and choices that we're making. And when you start to take on that accountability and accept that, it will completely change not only your mindset and your life, but it'll help you either continue making good decisions or to start making better decisions.
Amen to that. Amen. I want to thank this content creator because, she said it just right. She said it right. Like, you can change your mindset and make better decisions. First of all, we have to sit back. We have to take a look and see, where did you go wrong? Maybe you have people in your life and they're taking advantage of you, for example, right? And you're blaming them because you're like, oh, these people are bad. Like, they're taking advantage of me, or this person took advantage of me. But you put yourself in that line of fire. You befriended that person. You allowed that person into your energy. You allowed that person into your home. And then they took advantage of you and you're like, wait a minute, like, that's their fault. Like, why are they so bad? But you saw the signs, you saw the red flags, and you overlooked them. So once you start to see that, you can change the way that you interact with people. You can change the decisions that you make. This will change the type of jobs that you make, the type of friends that you have, the way you interact with family, the way that you present yourself in the world, and the way that you look at yourself. This will improve your confidence because you go from being the victim to being in control, which means that you understand that whatever the decisions you make or whatever happens, you have the ability and the control to change it. It's not like, oh, I'm never going to make a mistake. I'm never going to get taken advantage of, but you'll see it coming from a mile away. And when it happens, you're not going to put the rose-colored glasses on and pretend like it's not happening. You're going to nip it in the bud and you're going to keep it moving. You'll regroup, nip it in the bud, and keep it moving. And that's the thing. That's the difference. When we are in victim mode, when we're not taking accountability for where we are in our life and the decisions that we've made, right? And maybe decisions that this goes even as far as to say decisions that you've allowed other people to make for you, right? Especially if you grow up in kind of like a tyrannical environment, right? You've spent your whole life and you didn't have a voice, and then you don't even realize that you're showing up in a way that you're not using your voice. So everyone that comes into your life, they're using your voice to project and direct your life like you're a puppet. And sometimes that's not very clear because we just perpetuate the cycle of things that have happened in our lives. But that's why therapy is good. Sometimes if you can't see, like she just asked you, she said, pick 3 things that are going on in your life and take a look and see where in your life, what you have done to contribute to that situation and what can you do to change it. And sometimes it's hard to see that. Right? I'm not saying it's easy, because admitting that we are the ones perpetuating the madness sometimes that's happening in our life is really hard, because you have to take a long, hard look at yourself. And sometimes that takes therapy to be able to see it, because we've normalized certain cycles of things that happen, and then we bring people that repeat those cycles in our life. It's like cycles of abuse, right? So yeah, drop me a comment, let me know what you think about this, because I think if anything, this is really an important part of stepping into your authenticity. It's really an important part of having healthy relationships. It's a really important part of improving your own health. And I know she said, oh, like, not your health, but this even goes so far as to decisions that you make about your health. I believe that health is wealth. So there you have it. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. I'm sending you love. I will see you in the next one. Love you.